What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's been long since I uploaded any video on this YouTube channel. This is a creative freedom I give myself because I'm not on a payroll of YouTube. Whenever I feel like I make video. Just kidding. I have so many videos in line. I have so many new Sony lenses which I'm going to review. But I've been busy in other things and I've been lazy, you can say that. So today we are going to talk about storage. For years I have been juggling through like so many external hard drives to organize my data. It worked out for me, but it was really messy. I had to make a list in Notion to stay organized, but it was a very tiring process, you can say. So I have been using all these external hard drives, the bigger ones. This is the latest one, like 2 years back I got this. Then these are the, what you can say, SSDs for faster transfers. If I pile up all these drives, this is how it looks. You can very well understand that organizing data in all of these 10 hard drives is pretty tiring. And remembering each and everything and updating a list is very tiring process. I have been dreaming to switch to NAS system since ages. And recently I have upgraded to this Ugreen NAS DXP2800. It's 2-bay NAS and I'm going to add 2 hard drives, 8 terabyte each from Seagate. This is the plan I have. So in total, I will have 16 terabyte. So what we are going to do, we will unbox this, we will set it up, and we will see how good it is. I'm not a very technical person in terms of storage and networking and things like that, but I can do pretty good. I wanted this system just to have all my drives data in one place so I can access it all across my home and maybe remotely. I don't know if I'm going to do it right now, but this is an option, right? So let's first unbox it, set up these hard drives, and set up the internal things through the software. So without wasting any time, let's start. So here is the box. Packaging looks really very good. On the side of the box, you have all these specs and nothing else, just a picture of NAS. Now let's unbox this bad boy. Packaging seems very good, very well packed. We have accessories box. I hope these are all the cables and stuff. Other than that, we do have some paperwork, maybe quick start guide and stuff. Yeah, quick start guide. And now here is the main thing, our NAS. Nothing else in the box. Okay, what we have in accessories box, let's dive into it. We have these locking keys. Then we have power brick. We have screwdriver to access RAM compartment. Then we have Cat7 data transfer Ethernet cable and power cord. So now open this up. I'm again saying packaging is very good. Here it is. It looks very premium. It's all metal body. This is our RAM compartment. Ugreen branding looks really very good. We have this magnetic net just to prevent it with big dust. We can take it out and clean it and put it back. On the back side we have these ports, HDMI and USB, and on the front we have USB 3.2 and USB-C with power button. As simple as that. It is so simple. You just press these and slide these bays out and you can put your hard drive in it. So now let's unbox our hard drives first and install these so you know how we can do this. This is my first drive. It feels very good to unwrap new things. And the second drive is out as well. To install the drive, it is very easy. You press this button and slide it out and insert your hard drive and you push it to lock this bay, and that's it. It's as simple as that. Let's do the same with the second drive. Here it is. It's locked. Now let's slide these in our NAS. It's very satisfying. Slide these. We lock it, and now we are going to lock it with the key so we don't press it accidentally. The setup is as simple as that. Ladies and gentlemen, here is my NAS, 16 terabyte. So let me go through the specs quickly. The model is DXP2800. It's a 2-bay SATA NAS drive. The CPU model is N100 and CPU brand and architecture is Intel x86 12th generation N series 4-core 4-thread. RAM, they give you 8GB DDR5 and it's expandable up to 16GB. It has 2 SSD drive slots, M.2 version, and the maximum storage you can get is 60 terabyte. two 24 terabyte hard drives, and two 8 terabyte SSDs. The LAN port has 2.5 gigahertz speed. It has some high speed USB ports on front panel. One is USB-C and one is USB-A. Both has 10 Gbps, and high speed USB port on the rear as well, which is one USB-A, that is 5 GB per second. Other two USB 2.0s are USB-A, which gives you 480 MB per second. You have HDMI, which support 4K. It doesn't have Wi-Fi, and the power consumption it takes is 16 watt. So as we have installed both the drives and it's ready to set up, right? So to set it up, we have to connect it with our Wi-Fi router. In my case, I use Deco. It has 1 gigabit port, which I think is enough for me actually. So I'm going to connect it with that, and then later on we can set it up through our Mac browser. In my case, I'm going to set it up on my iPad, downloading the Ugreen NAS app, and through that app we are going to set it up, and I'm going to share you the screen. Let's start. Here's the app. After downloading the app, we open the app and go for new device registration. Here you can see DXP2800-16 D2. So we click register, and then we have to agree to user agreement and other data thing which I'm not going to agree. We have to make our administrator account. This account is like your computer account through which you access your computer. It's not your cloud account. All right. Okay, we have made our account. Why bind an email? Access anytime, anywhere via Ugreen link. So we have to bind our email address as well. So in my case, I'm going to use my main email address. After filling it up, they will send me a code, and I will write down that code here, and then again user agreement, things like that. And the process is very easy. It's very simple. You don't have to be very technical to do it, right? It asks for system updates. I don't do these automatic updates, so I'm going to go for tell me when update is available. So now it's going to set up all these things, creating my Ugreen link and remote access and things like that. So after the completion of it, we will come back and see the main screen of the OS. The system is rebooting. It may take 3 to 5 minutes. All right. It's all set. Notifications allow. Hello, welcome to Ugreen NAS. Start. So here is my Ugreen NAS name. It's going to walk me through the screen. All right, App Center. Great, you have learned basics. So basic, right? So these are the features. It gives us flexible storage layout, real-time hard drive, and instant notification of errors, convenient external storage management. This is the data it's going to show us on the main screen. Let's go to next. Here we have our two hard drives, which are, after the system taking some place, it's like 7.2 terabyte each. First, we have to select both hard drives. If I'm going to select RAID 1, the half is going to be the backup drive, and I can only use 7.3 terabyte. And that's a bummer for me. Maybe I have opted for bigger hard drives because half is going to be a clone of the main one. We can only select RAID 0 and RAID 1 because we have two bay drive. In my case, I'm going to select RAID 1. Next, it's going to use these two file systems. We are going to stick to ext4. So before proceeding further, it's going to give you this dialog box where it's telling you that both the hard drives are going to format. So if you are using your older hard drives, your data is important to you, make a backup somewhere. Otherwise, you are going to lose your data, right? So we are going to press next. Here it's making a storage pool. It's synchronizing volume 1 and it's formatting it. And at the end, I'm going to have 7.2 terabyte. Now, storage pool process takes quite a long time. You have to keep your NAS drive on and leave it like this. So it's going to take like 8 and 9 hours, depending on the size of your storage. So I'm going to leave it here and we are going to set up everything and we will see the software. So here is my NAS. I changed the RAID system from RAID 1 to 0 because I was not getting enough space. One of my hard drive was all using the same clone of my hard drive 1. Doesn't make any sense right now because I have very limited space. Here is the screen, the main dashboard of your software. On the bottom, you have this homepage management. On this place, it shows you which feature it's going to give you on your dashboard. And you can like sort these out, which one you need on the top, which one you need on the bottom. So these are the options I have. If you go back, on the top we have our NAS name, and on the right side we have our NAS picture. When we click it, it takes us to the device information page. There you have your NAS ID and everything. You can reboot it from here. You can shut it down. It shows you your running status, the temperature of CPU usage, RAM usage, and from here you can go to your control panel. We are going to go back. We will show you control panel later on. On the right side, there is a dot. You click it and it takes you to the back screen. Now we are back to our main screen. On the upper right side, it gave you this notification, whatever is happening. Then beside that, there is a task manager. This task manager is whenever you are going to copy data, downloading data and moving stuff, it's going to show you all the activities here. The uploads, save to mobile and others, right? So here is our files, control panel, storage, app store, support, the task manager, universal search, theater, sync and backup photos, and all. This photos, sync, and theater I downloaded from App Store. It's showing me my volume, how much data I have in my volume left. The total volume I have is 14.4 terabyte and I already used 7.8 terabyte. Then I have hardware temperatures, the fan, at what speed it's running, CPU, temperature in centigrade and Fahrenheit, and hard drives temperature. This thing is very important in my region because we are in a very hot environment, right? So we have to be very specific about the temperature. If it's too hot, I'll shut it down, right? Then resources, how much CPU is in use, how much RAM is in use. Pretty good. To my use, it's fine. Then it's showing you system status. Everything is running fine. If I click my avatar, it take me to, because I'm administrator, there is a scanning option as well. We will talk about this later on. There's a privacy management general. We can like change the system setting, appearance like dark, or then network setting, then clear all cache. Then we have this help and feedback and about the version, right? We can switch account, log out, and things like that. So here is the file system. When you set up everything, you have to make your personal folder, and in this personal folder you can create more folders, or you can create folders outside this personal folder. So I actually made all my folders in this personal folders. The way I organized my data was I first created this external hard drive data. In this I have copied all my external hard drives in it, and from here I moved the data to their relevant places. It's not finished yet. Organization is never ending process. The sorted one are like done. These are empty now because I have moved the data. I haven't copied because I already copied it here. So all of my data are in these folders. I can create folder like this. Let me show you. There is a test folder we created here. It is there now. You see test. We can delete it from here. You can easily see that, right? So these are the files, pretty much straightforward. This is the control panel. From this control panel, you can add user. I have some test account, my son account. I was just testing different things. So you can add the user by giving its username, password, and you can give it a role, common user or administrator. If it's a common user, then he can only view his account, not the other ones, right? And then file services. If you want to use your NAS on your Mac Finder, you have to enable this SMB service. And here I have enabled my SMB service, and it gives me my Explorer address, my Mac Finder address. I copy it and paste it, and then workgroup, support SMB protocol. These are by default. I never change these, right? Let's go back. These are FTP services. I have no idea what FTP services are. Web dev services, discovery mode, things like that. So after file services, we go to device connection. We have our IP address, and Ugreen remote access is enabled. It is important that if you want to remotely access your Ugreen, you have to turn it on. When you turn it on, it will ask you to put your Ugreen cloud account or make the one. After device management to terminal device, I have no idea how it works and what it is. If it's for your use, it is there. Hardware power, here it gave us some option, indicator, light indicator. right? I have it to 100%. It's a buzzer, failure and volume and things like that. When we turn it on, it gives a beep. All right, hard disk temperature is too high, it is going to beep. So we know that there is a problem. Cooling fan mode, common. You can change it to full speed, mute, or like common one, right? If it's too hot, maybe we can increase it. Memory compression, it's enabled. I never touched anything. Everything is by default. Only I change this hard disk sleep, right? Then we go to network, and in network we have this default gateway and things like that. And I have already connected it to LAN as well, right? Now it's showing me my LAN connection. It's connected. Then security, we have some securities. Then indexing service, I don't know. I have no idea what it is. Then update and restore. If you want to check for updates, you can go here and it's going to show you that if you have updated, we are already on the latest version. Then reset network or factory reset. If you think you have messed up a lot, you can factory reset it. There's App Store. There are so many apps in here. I don't know why we use these apps, but I have installed 3 apps. One is Photos, Sync, Backup, and Theater. So if you open these Photos app, you add photos or upload photos, it's AI generated. It's going to make all these faces detection, things like that, which are very common in AI generated Photos app. So this was the complete walkthrough of our Ugreen NAS app, how we use it on our iPad. Now let's talk about speed and editing through this NAS. I always edit my videos through my SSD, which is 4 terabyte T7. It's pretty fast. I wanted to check that if my NAS is going to help me edit through that NAS. So we are going to test it right now. So here is the data in my NAS. Let's open DaVinci Resolve. I'm going to make new project, Ugreen NAS 2800. Let's create one. To import data, I'll go to my NAS path. I'll bring in this media and drop it on my project. Here is the data, the master, and let's create the new bin. Let's create a timeline. This is how I work. We are going to make the vertical timeline for our Instagram reel or YouTube short, unboxing ASMR. Let's change it to 4K vertical. Let's create. Now we are going to drop our first clip. Here is it. It is really smooth, man. Wow. It is smooth. This is amazing. It's through my gigabit port, not 10 gigabit, just a gigabit port. The frame rate is 23.97. The playback frame rate is so awesome. Let's do some power grade. Here it is. I'm not editing it in the right way. I'm just testing things, that how responsive is DaVinci Resolve while my data is on NAS and disk are spinning 7200 RPM. This is so good. After color grading, this is smooth. This is so good. I have edited the video and now I'm going to export it. Data is in NAS. It's edited in DaVinci Resolve. Now it's going to export it to my internal drive of Mac. So we are recording the screen and we are going to export it. Let's do it. Oh, the time is 2 hours, 4 hours. My God. It's 1.5 minute reel and it's taking like, my God, 13 minutes, 15. It's very slow. This is not going to work. Just wait. I think I got it. The problem is with me because I'm already recording the screen and I'm exporting it. So system is very slow. Yeah, I have to stop this screen recording. And if I'm going to, let me try if I'm going to export it on this NAS, not on my hard drive. So how long it's going to take. Let's try it first. Add to the queue and render. So we are rendering. It is giving us 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes. It's slow too. Not that much slow, but it is slow. We have to stop screen recording and later I'll share you the result. Okay, here is the screenshot. I have tested 2 or 3 ways to export. The first one you are seeing in the rendering queue, we cancelled that job because it was taking too long. The second one was I routed it to NAS to export my video and it was also taking too long. So I stopped my screen recording and after stopping it, it finished it in 3 minutes 14 seconds. The reason was quite very obvious because it was screen recording. So two or 3 minutes we have wasted. So the third job I tried was exporting it to my internal drive of my Mac and giving it path to my movies folder, and it took like 52 seconds. Then I thought that maybe I should try exporting it to NAS. And when I did that, it exported in 42 seconds. So it gained like 10 seconds. So this is pretty good. I'm really very happy that this system is going to work for me very well. I'll keep all my data on my NAS and I'm going to add it from my NAS. I'm very happy with the result. And if I'm going to add SSD, I think I'll get very smooth result. Although this result is marvelous, I have no issues with this performance, but I'm just saying if my timeline will have some stacks of 4K videos, maybe I'll get some problem, but I think I'm good to go. I don't have to keep this external hard drive attached to my Mac all the time. Everything seems very good, but there is an issue I'm facing right now with Mac client. You can say Mac app, they call it Mac client. Whenever I put my credential in Mac client, it says wrong name and password. The same it do when I try to access it through my Mac browser. But when I try to get into this NAS through my Finder and putting the same credentials, it just let me in. And so many times I have verified this thing by signing out on my iPhone and iPad and again signing in with the same credentials, and it easily signs in. But I don't know what is the problem with the client of Mac or Mac browser. I have no idea. And I'm using that Ugreen link ID, not the IP address. But on the other hand, when I approach their support is marvelous. I really loved it. The way they respond to you, the way they try to resolve the issue is outstanding. Although my issue has not been resolved yet, but they have given me certain things to try, which I'm going to do in a couple of days. Then I'll get back to them. Hopefully they will resolve the issue. I can vouch for them. I can give them 10 out of 10 for support. Hey guys, I'm from future after recording the video. So while I was editing my review, I realized that I forgot to mention one thing, and that's very crucial for me. And I can say it's a con for me right now. And I have written to Ugreen for the support as well. The problem is I edit all my videos through my SSD, and any external drive I buy, I format it in macOS journal. This is the fastest formatting system for Mac, because other than that we can have exFAT, and exFAT is like obsoleted, I guess. It's a very slow data transfer. So with macOS journal we can get fastest transfer speed, and it is recommended if you want to use your external drives like this. I was having a problem that when I attach that drive with my NAS, I can copy data from that external drive to my NAS. But if for some reason, to be on the go, I want to copy some data from my NAS to that drive, that external drive, it doesn't allow me. And I was facing this issue, so I was working around with this, like copying the data in my computer first, in my Mac, and then from Mac to that drive. But it's not a doable thing, right? I mean, routing everything through a Mac, it's taking twice the time, right? So like I told you before, their support system is really very good. They sent me 3 emails. I'm going to put it in front of this screen. In first email, they said that thank you for contacting us. I have forwarded the issue to the technical team and we will notify you, right? Just after that, within 2 minutes, their support sent me an email and it says, thank you for providing the detail. We have checked official compatibility list, and unfortunately, macOS Extended Journal, also known as HFS Plus, is not officially supported by Ugreen NAS system. While some HFS Plus drives may appear to work partially or in a read-only mode, they are not guaranteed to function reliably. This explains why your other HFS Plus drive may be accessible, but your main Samsung PSSD T7 failed to mount. It likely uses a stricter or more complex implementation of a HFS Plus file system, which the NAS cannot properly recognize. To ensure full compatibility and stability, we recommend backing up your data and reformatting the drive using a supported file system such as exFAT, which is cross-compatible with macOS, Windows, and NAS. If you have further questions and assistance, please feel free to contact us. I told you they are very good in replying, but obviously it's a wider issue. They cannot resolve it. So right after this, they send me another email giving me a solution, right? So I'm going to paste it here and I'm going to read it for you. So here they said, dear Junaid, the permission denied issue is likely because your HFS plus formatted drive are being mounted in read-only mode on the NAS. Our system does not officially support HFS plus or APFS, which means full read-write access is not guaranteed. Even if the drive appears in the external storage list, as a Mac user, we understand your need for the performant file system for video editing. Unfortunately, exFAT, though compatible, can indeed be slower for large file and isn't ideal for high throughput workflows. Here are a couple of workarounds. They are telling me the workarounds, right? Let's see what they are offering us. Share the FPS drive from your Mac to the NAS using SMB or AFP. You can mount the drive on your Mac, then share it over the network. The NAS can access it via network share, and permission will be managed by macOS. This allows you to retain the HFS format and still interact with it through the NAS. Number 2, use a different external drive with a supported file system like exFAT and X4 as a transfer cache. You can use this drive as an intermediate space to move media between your Mac and NAS. While not ideal, it ensures compatibility and avoid permissions issue. If you have any further question or need assistance, please feel free to contact us. Now this is what it is. So it is done that it is not supported yet, maybe in future, but it's a very complicated thing. None has actually did it before, not Windows, not Microsoft, not Apple. So I have to live with this, or I have to work around like this. So if you are planning and if you are on the same boat like me, just keep this thing in mind. So my final thought, was this switch worth it? Absolutely, yes. Because as I told you, I have been managing all my data across like 10 different drives, and sometimes I'm just not too active to go to the studio and take out the drive and looking for the files in Notion. Sometimes I forget to write down in Notion when I copy something new on that drive. So it's a very difficult process just to keep everything in mind that if I'm going to copy something, I have to write it down. So it was not very pleasing, but I was managing it, and I don't know why I took so long to switch to NAS. But now I totally love it. The reason is simply I can easily access the drive when I'm sitting anywhere in my home, and I'm upstairs, I'm downstairs. Unless I'm connected to my Wi-Fi, I can access any file. The best part is when I copied all the data on my drive, I had to sort it out. So sitting in front of a table and doing it for a longer period of time, it's very tiring. So what I usually do, I go to my living room and sitting on a couch, and the TV is on, and I have my iPad on my lap, and I'm managing all the files, and I'm putting all the files to their folders, and it's a very good process. I really love this freedom. So what could be improved? But I'm going to upgrade certain things in my NAS. First, as I told you before, that I'm going to upgrade to 24 terabyte drive, because right now, because of RAID 0, I cannot take backup of my data, which is quite very dangerous. But previously, in all of these drives, there was no data backup, only single copies, and that's it. So I was not keeping multiple copies. But after taking the NAS, it was obvious that I'm going to make 2 copies just in case if my data get corrupt, or my drive just get malfunction. I have separate drive and all the data is there. This is the best thing about NAS drives. So if I want to use it to its fullest, then I have to increase the capacity. Other than that, I'm going to add 2 8 terabyte SSDs to have faster communication with my NAS. I'm not saying it's not fast, but SSDs in comparison to normal drive is pretty fast. So I'm going to keep my fast moving data on SSDs, and the data which I don't use very often, I'm going to keep that in main drive. Other than that, I have no issue. I love the way they made the software to work. It's plug and play sort of thing. It's very easy. Anyone can do this. I cannot say that I'm very beginner, but I'm not a pro in managing these type of things. But it was very easy. In any household, everybody have their own phone, their own data. You can make separate account for everybody. They can save their data on it and access that anytime. So and no one can like see each other data. You can share data across multiple accounts, and that's not an issue, but you can have your privacy as well. This thing is must have for content creators. It's one place where all your data will live. So I guess this is it for today. I hope you liked today's video. If you liked today's video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one. Till then, peace.